Mom, is it true? My 5-year-old flung her arms around me, looking up at me hopefully, as if she could get me to answer that yes, it was true, just through the sheer force of her charm and hope. Is what true, sweetie? My friend says we're moving into that house right there. Is it true? Oh, shit. Shit. In that moment, I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience. Like I was collapsing from a sudden increase in the gravity inside my body. Somehow, my mouth made the sounds, "Yes, honey. You and Noah and I are going to move into that house there later this summer." My daughter was 5. She didn't understand the implications of my answer. "Can my new friends come over and play when we move in?" Yes, sweetie. Of course they can." My daughter hugged me, and she ran off to share the good news. 2014 was a year for terrible conversations. In the spring, I told my wife that I didn't think we could be happy together. And that was a terrible conversation, or really a series of terrible conversations. The worst one was definitely the one where we both admitted that our relationship was ending and that I was going to move out. At the time of that conversation, we had an 8-year-old son and a 5-year-old daughter. After that conversation, we went back to the counselor to ask for help on how to tell the kids, and soon we had a vague plan. It would be together. It would be about a month before I moved. We hadn't worked out exactly what we were going to say yet. We were going to talk about it with the therapist one more time to work out the details. As with so many things in life, it did not go according to plan. What happened instead was one of those experiences that sear painfully into maternal guilt. I took the children to a block party. It was on the block where I had a pending offer on a new house where I planned to move. It was a beautiful block, dozens of children, including a family that we already knew in the house right next door. So when Josie ran off from delightedly learning that we were about to move to this block, she was so giddy, I knew that she would not be able to avoid talking about it even until we got to the car, much less until we got back home. I had to tell her brother. I had to tell him now, before his sister or one of the neighbors told him. With my heart pounding, I summoned him over, and we sat down on a slightly private segment of the curb. Noah sat down next to me, and I began the most terrible conversation so far. "Honey, Josie learned something just now that it isn't fair for her to know and you not to know. She learned that the 3 of us are going to be moving to that house right there a little bit later this summer." "What about this, Mommy?" "She's going to stay in the house where we live now." "I don't understand." "I think you do." His voice quivered as he asked, "Do you mean divorced?" "Yes, sweetie, that's what I mean." He started to sob. The horrible, loud, ugly sobs of totally unexpected heartbreak. It was the saddest sound I've ever heard. And I held him, and I watched our future neighbors trying not to watch us, and I wondered, again, what I could have done differently, what I should have done differently, what on earth I could have been thinking bringing the kids to the block party.